All right, this is February the 19th of 2025, and back out on the D3400 engine. And we're just going to try to make a little bit more headway here, get a few parts put on it. Got everything all zipped up there, all the bolts done up on the bell housing, oil pan, front cover. And what we're going to work at here today is to get that pulley on the end of the crank and get that pan that bolts right to here that the radiator sits on. And then I don't think I'm going to bother with these oil pan covers at this time, but we're going to have to get our flywheel in place. And just a note to self, I better make sure it's in the right place. Okay, now that we've got the covers all bolted in and all the bolts in the oil pan and the front cover, it's time to take a look over here where the injection pump and filter tower bolt to. I'm missing three, focus. I'm missing three long bolts that go in that area there against the block, about a foot long, and I'm going to use ready rod, I believe. Fuck's sake. If you never noticed it on that area where the filter tower bolts to, when I put the bolts in to fasten the pump drive to the inside of that intermediate case there, the bolts are protruding. I cannot get the filter tower in place, so I'm going to have to take that all apart now. So come on, Milt, get the hell up and let's get this damn thing unbolted. Come on now, we can do it. Let's get those damn tools going. Pretty significant setback, but we'll spend most of the day correcting it, but we'll have to move forward, get over it. We've been through worse setbacks, I know, because I was right there alongside you. Well, it took a little bit of time there to get myself pulled together, but these here three studs that were sticking out are now put back to the regular length studs that it requires. I had to take the whole front cover off, lift the oil pan, so on and so forth. It didn't take more than, I'll bet you not even an hour. You know, so that's a good thing I pulled myself together at the last minute, got her done. So now we can move forward. Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. And as you can see, today is a nicer day. It's not snowing. Yesterday it kind of like started dumping on me. It had about 6 inches of snow come down again yesterday and last night, so I just pulled the pin on it. But as you can see up here on the roof line, it is a mild day today. I don't know what it is, 2 degrees maybe above zero, so it's thawing out. All the snow is sloughing off the roofs and whatnot, but so it's going to be a nicer day. So we're going to continue on with the old D3400. Swinging on down here, let's get ourselves focused in. Here's what we got happening with the D3400. Underneath this here mounting pan, this when it's inverted properly, the radiator sits on this plate. I do have the pulley in or on the crankshaft. I've addressed the long stud problem here on the injector pump drive, so we got that going. And I did put this one side panel on the oil pan. It's better on than not. I do not have the pinion engagement assembly in, nor the little lever here that actually functions the pinion. I've got to put that in before I get the flywheel in. I do not have the flywheel on, mainly for that reason. And on top of it, before I put the flywheel in, I want to turn the engine around, end for end it, like put this end over there, that end here, and have it ready to go so I can just pick it up and slide it into the machine. So let's get on that. It involves the Clark. It took me a little bit of time to get that Clark over there into position. It started easy enough, but I found out with all the cold weather, the 10, 12 below zero there was a ice plug in the bottom of the oil tank, and it kind of stopped the operation. I had to thaw that out and got her going, but we're going now. I remember as a kid sliding down the hill on a grain scoop, and it was a lot of fun. You know, it seemed like we had a lot of control on it, but here I proved that it's not the greatest darn thing going. Plus, we used to have steel grain shovels. They were a little tougher than this fiberglass thing. Well, that was another heavy lift. Okay, I got 1 and 4 at TC. I'm going to put a paint mark on the TC line on the back of the flywheel for 1 and 4. And when I get it lined up on these holes, that 1 and 4 timing mark should come in through here. That's the little pointer on the folder lock. So need to round up some bolts and paint marker and see what we can do. Oh, before I get too carried away, I gotta put this lever mechanism in place. Be way easier with no flywheel in it. Okay, let's do that first. All right, we're gonna do a take 2. I already screwed the installation up so bad there, we'll just redo it. I covered everything in pretty liberal grease, and I put this bushing into place, and it looks like it's aluminum instead of brass, which is kind of unusual. Normally everything is brass, like, so it's an oddball kind of thing. And see, we've got to put that spring on, and it'll slide in through here. And tap that into place. Okay. And this here little dog will go into the big hole up here. It's all worn out, but there we go. And I got the chisel wedged into that casting handle. There we go. I'll get to the other side here. And then we'll just tighten up this bolt, cinch bolt, and it seems to be stuck in position there, so it's going to take a little bit of work, I guess, to get it freed up. This whole corner of this bell housing, the whole corner broke out. Broken bolt holes here and up here. I think there is some. I don't know what goes on, but this here machine is about the most broken up thing I've ever experienced. It's got a lot of brazing, repairs done to it. It's a little sticky, but with use there it should limber up. I should have run the brush. I got a little plug brush I could have run up into that hole. It's probably needs to be polished up, but it's well greased, so it's functioning anyway. Okay, now we can move on to the flywheel. Well, once again, I managed to prove to myself that I'm actually operating at a skill set way below my pay grade. I filmed this yesterday, putting the flywheel in place in the back of this engine block. And well, apparently it was not recorded. So I'm not going to take the flywheel off, but I will show you what I went through just to get it up there and how. As I was saying, I'm not going to take that whole flywheel off just to show my method of putting it on, but I'll show you the tool and the way I'll describe it. I had to take 2 bolts back out here just for showing purposes, because they're actually squeezed onto these fold-over locks. So what I did was I used an old bolt. I cut it off and run it into this here hole on the crankshaft in 3 or 4 or 5 threads, and just picked the flywheel up and slid it onto the dowel, push it in, run the other bolts around, and it worked quite well. But the trick about these dowels, these are pretty well the same size. They're close tolerances on them holes. So what I did was, when I cut the head of this bolt off, I slash cut it. Now that's going to open up a whole area of wiggle room. Plus I beveled the edge so there's no sharp part to it. And when I screwed it in, I made sure to stop it where the slash cut is this way. So when you pick it up, that point, it's actually a little bit of a point now. As you pick it up, it'll find that hole and get it into that hole. Plus it's not full dimension, like to the tight tolerances. You got a little bit of play there, and as you move it in, it's going to accept that dowel pin, and now it's going in. So, and then it goes on. Couple bolts in, zipper up, and Bob's your uncle. So anyway, I just thought I would review that, since I lost all the footage and have to make something that's gonna make some sort of sense. This on this here assembly is my second tool. I can't believe it. Kind of a special kind of a tool, put your flywheel on. Well, that's a wrap for today. No use getting everything done in one day. I think I'm pretty close to putting her, hanging her onto the back of that machine. And yeah, it's all looking pretty good. So thanks for following along. And yeah, if this is your thing there, just please subscribe, like, comment. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch up to you again tomorrow. Bye for now. While I'm out here, I'm just kind of curious as to this injector pump. I've done a little bit of work to it. I got my service counter, the body, put back on. Totally gutted. It was always missing the clock, but I've got the little hatch off, the glass it was missing. And yeah, I still need it in place just to add oil to the injector pump. And I put this cover on there. That's to hook up the linkage there for the governor. This cover on, and I think if you're watching my videos, you've seen that I rebuilt that, or not rebuilt it, but just kind of cleaned it up and got it functioning again. But my curiosity is getting the better of me. I want to pull the lid off of here and see how bad those filters are. That's ready to come off. Of course, the studs come right out with it, except for one. It actually looks pretty good in there. It's only got 3 filters. The D4s, they have 4. Well, look at this. I don't know if, well, they sort of smell like fuel, but they're pretty darn clean. They look like brand new. Isn't that something? And this tower, there's nothing in it. Totally empty and not full of rust. So I don't know what happened there. That whole damn thing was full of water and locked up solid. Even the whole bottom here was pretty rusty, pitted, everything. But the filter tower, I don't have to buy new ones. Well, I don't have to buy new ones anyway. I got several of those style filters on hand. Wasn't that something? What a bonus.